Hello friends. In this video, I will discuss about how to find out the maximum consecutive ones by using naive solution as well as by using efficient way. So what is difference between the naive solution and efficient ways? A naive solution basically in computer science means the primary solution which can be solved by the hard coding or any other method. And in this case, naive solution takes big of n square time complexity, and in efficient way, it takes only theta of n time. So first logic is that the problem is that we have a boolean array which have zeros and ones including in that. So our task is to find out how many consecutive one, maximum consecutive one we could find out from that array and return as output in our terminal. So let's try to find out by using code. So first, by using new solution, as you see on the screen, the function is max 1's and there are two parameters. First is array, because we have to take the array so as to configure how many numbers of ones and zeros are there in that array. And there are two parameters. First is array and second is number of integers in that particular array, that is 0 and 1. So logic is that we take one variable and store the number of ones in that variable. For example, there is an array 0 1 1 0 1 1 1, means there are two ones consecutively and there are three ones consecutively. That means the maximum consecutive ones in that particular array which we taken in this case is 3. So our output should be 3. So my first step is take the one variable and assign them as 0, and as well as return that variable to the function call. So first we have to take one loop because we have to go through the array once. So just taking the loop, assigning that to the ij and I plus plus. And here we have to take another variable because in one iterative way we have so many ones. For example, there are 2 ones, there are 3 ones, there are 4 ones, there are so many ones. So to remember that ones at a time, we have to consider one variable that is current, and that we should have to assign it as 0. And we have to take another for loop which is equal to j equal to I, j less than n, and j plus plus. We have to assign some condition here, that is if array of j equal to 1, means we find 1 in that particular array, then we have to increment current variable. That current plus plus means it is a unary operator plus plus, and it increments our variable curr by 1. That is current means what I want to say is this is our last output. So in short, we can write it as plus plus. Those who don't know, they can notice, otherwise leave it. And if the condition is not true, then if the condition is not true, then we have to break the statement. We have to go out of the loop, that is out of the for loop, because we find the maximum one and the 0 is occur, so we have to go out of that loop to find another 0 of another one layer, because there are grouping, there are 0 in between and there are so many ones in that particular array, and there are in between zeros. So for chunk we have to find ones, so that's why I break here, and at the end we have to store this into the result, because that's why we created that variable. That's it. We have to find the maximum. This is the inbuilt function max, which can calculate the maximum number between current and result. So I'll tell you what I did here. I first find out how many ones consecutively in one go, that store in the current, and that I'll store into the result. That current value I store into the result by finding out the maximum. And in second go means in if I got three consecutive one, and after that 1 0, and then four consecutive one, that four consecutive one I have to break the loop, and that's why I use here else condition to break out from that loop. So this is a naive solution. So to check it, we have to create one array here which is of size 10. So randomly we can assign anyone. So there are 4 ones, then 0, then 1, 2 ones. So here maximum ones are 4, and number of elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's it. So maximum elements are also occupied by the array. So we have to just print out what is the maximum number of 1 contained in this boolean array. Number of elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 maximum elements. So we have to assign 8. And that's it. We have to wait for the result. Let's check we got 4 or not. Because maximum 1 consecutive are 4. Oh, so that's it. As you see on the screen, we got 4 as our output. That means our new solution is correct. So let's check out the by using efficient way. This method is new solution by using big of n square time. So we have to find out by using big of n time or theta of n time. So let's discuss and try to find out how we can code this stuff. So we have to here find out by using big of n. So we have to think about using a one for loop instead of two. So in this case, just just maximum 2 of s, again that 2 parameter, array and n. Here also we have to assign result as well as current outside. And then we have to assign a for loop. So I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So in this case, if array of I equal to 0, means in this case, instead of finding out the number of ones, we are finding out the number of zeros, and that gap will actually tell you how many ones are already filled by this array. So at a chunk time, how many ones are there? So we just assign our current as 0 because we found 1 0. That means we have to initialize our current as 0. Here we start our initialization, or else if we found 1, so we have to increment that current and we have to store result of current comma result, and we have to return result. So what I did is here, instead of you have code in front of you, so you can check out that in first new solution I use 2 for loop, each for taking number of ones for one chunk and another for loop for taking the number of zeros and number of ones in another chunk. In second solution, that is big of n solution, I am using only one for loop. Instead of assigning 1 to the current, I'm just reversing that. I'm assigning 0 to the current. So my maximum work is done here, and the time complexity reduces. So let's check out. Taking the same input, in this case also we should get, okay, it is showing error. We have to debug it. So that's in front of you, there are 4. So if we change our number of ones, that is, if instead of 0 I'll write here 1, save in and run, then I should get here 5, because there are 6 consecutive ones maximum. So output should be 6. Okay, so as you see on the screen, the output is shown. So our code is successfully run by using both naive and efficient way. That's it. Thank you for all. Stay blessed.